Hello. Welcome to Hypothetically Podcast. I am your host, Shelly, and today we have a very, I know I said that for my sister last episode, but because Jean messed up all the visuals for last episode, you won't be able to see it. But this is a second very important show. I have my lovely ladies here. We are doing a women's edition today, so Jean, our second co-host, he'll be in the background. Say hello, Jean.
Hi, guys.
He'll be in the background doing producer stuff.
Timeout.
But we have a ladies edition because, you know, this month we are celebrating Women's History. Let me say correctly, Women's History Month. So I thought that it would be nice to have a women's edition episode. So, showing you all here today, I have my lovely friends with me. I'll let them do their own introduction, but I'll just say a little brief of history of how I know them. This young lady right here to my right, I've worked with her at Nike, so this has become my good sister. They try to kick us out from each other's sections so much in footwear, but I've always found my way back to her in children's section, so we've been rocking since 2016. Yeah, since 2016, so that's my girl. Like I said, they'll do their own introduction with their names and all that, so I'm gonna just tell the history. My other sister right here is my little chocolate drop. I've known her since I was born. We grew up together in the same church, so yeah, these two, we grew up together in the same church, been friends since we were very little kids, started in children's choir together, Sunday school, went through it all, so these are my girls. I have very much history with them. We go way back, and I wouldn't change it for the world. You guys okay over there? Okay. Wouldn't change it for the world. So yeah, I'm going to let them do their own introduction. They're going to tell you their name, their Instagram, and their career. You can start, Maya.
I can start?
Yeah.
I'm Sumayyah. My Instagram is _MAYYAHH. Again, _MAYYAHH. I am a women's health nurse.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Brunie.
My name is Brunie. My Instagram name is Queen Brew with the _ at the end, and I am a architect in training.
Phenomenal. Hi everyone, my name is Arianni. My Instagram name is just Arianni. Very simple. And I am a special projects coordinator of events for a charter school.
Nice.
So, as you can see, all black women and making money out here, so we don't need no men. But today we're not going to talk about men. We're going to talk about ourselves. No talking about men and how they, y'all know what y'all are. But we're going to keep it about us ladies. Hey, Jean, you're not in the show today.
Relax.
We're going to keep it about us today. So one question before we start, what is the current album that you guys, or current song that you guys are listening to? For me, Tank and Element has been like heavy on my replay list. So
I'm listening to Tank as well. The Thanks for Nothing.
Listen,
right?
that album is hitting.
I'm a little ghetto. I've been listening to Don Toliver. That album.
That's a good
really
album.
hit
I've
for
seen
me.
that album. I haven't listened to it yet, but I've seen it.
Yeah, a lot of genres in there. It's
Okay.
good.
I've been listening to Vibe, their last album from 2018.
So Haitian.
Game over. Listen, shout out to my people.
You said the old one.
Wait, the new one came out?
I heard a new one's coming out.
Okay, that's what I'm waiting for. Because that's really why I listen to it, so I can get ready for the new one.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Vibe is so, poetic in their lyrics, so I was in my bag.
So you get along with DJ OK. DJ OK love him some Vibe.
Oh, he love everybody.
Don't talk about him too much. That's his best friend back there.
I saw the episode.
So how's everybody's day been? It's Monday, so it's a great start to the week. How was the weekend? How was your day?
The weekend was short.
Always.
Like we was just talking about. You get one day and that's about it.
Yeah.
It was very short.
All I did was sleep.
You didn't go to work today?
No, I'm talking about the weekend.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I go to work. I work at a school, so it's Monday through Friday.
Yeah, I didn't get to sleep this weekend, sadly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. Brune, how was your day today?
Rain.
So do you work from home or you work?
I go to the city every day. Well, 4 days a week.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's terrible. Do not recommend. Do not recommend.
Do you drive or do you?
No, I take the bus and then I take the subway.
Okay.
So it's not that bad.
So you're like in the city or you're like
I'm
Brooklyn?
in the city.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm in
I'm good.
Manhattan.
Ooh.
city.
So you walk fast.
Oh yeah. I got to.
Them legs be
You think just because I'm small I can't move?
But the small people move faster. Like me, I have long legs and I walk very slow. Like I be having to catch up with people, and I have no shame. And I'm like, y'all could go. My eyes can see how far you go. I'll be real slow with it.
No, if I walk too slow, I'm gonna be left behind. Left behind.
Oh, so how's adulting, ladies? How's your 20-somethings going?
ghetto. Would not recommend.
Would not recommend.
They said it get better in the 30s, so I'm excited for 30s.
I heard that too. I heard that too.
They
I
said,
don't believe.
and they also said there's gonna be more money in the 30s, so I'm excited for that.
More money, more problems.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly,
I
though.
definitely agree. I feel like the more I get paid, the more bills come. Like I can never have
Right.
money.
No, you absolutely
Like before I
right.
get a job, they're like, "This is your pay." And I'm like, I'll be thinking in my head, "Okay, this is what I could do." And then when I get the paycheck, I'm like, "Wait, where did it just go?" Like
Not even
I
lying.
just said I was gonna save this much, and nothing is saved.
Nope.
Girl,
Nothing is
hardest
saved.
Taxes be hitting.
Yo,
the
I'll
health
be getting
insurance
overtime. Like,
be
yeah, I'm about to get
hitting.
all these money. Then
Yeah.
tax.
Yeah.
I feel like the more overtime, the less money you get.
Yeah, that's I'm about to go home early.
All right, so our first question is, let me get this because I can't really see. The first question is, what is the one problem for 20-something-year-old women today? Anybody want to start? You got the floor.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
I think the one problem, and I'm 27, and so in my 7 years of 20s is what I've seen for like my specific friend group is that we tend to have a problem of letting go, and that's in various capacities, not only just men, but like even letting go of old friendships, letting go of jobs that don't serve you anymore. You know, I think we move in fear a lot when it comes to letting go, and it's valid. You know, it's valid, but I think that's the one problem that I've noticed, and I'm speaking to myself as well. Just letting go is very, very difficult for a lot of us.
I could agree.
Yeah.
Letting go is definitely hard. I think I finally, at 27, I'm 27 as well. I think at 27, I finally learned how to let go. Like last year, well, even though last year was a few months ago, but after my birthday, because my birthday's in November, in like December, I just went through a phase where it's just like, I'll just letting go. Like people, I wasn't fighting for the friendships anymore. I'm just like, yo, it's like a relationship. When it's time to let go, you know when to let go. So it's just like, yeah, it's time for you to go. I'm not about to sit because there's no connection. The love is still there. I still have love for you, but the love is not like as passionate as it was before. Like the conversations aren't the same. So I agree with you. I definitely feel like letting go is one of our problems.
For sure.
I think another problem that we have is just like finding your speed in life. Like
That's a
things are
good
either
one.
moving really too fast or too slow. And when it's going too slow, you be mad, you be frustrated. And when it's going too fast, you're like,
You
can
can't
life
keep
slow
up.
down? So I think finding that speed and finding that balance in your life is not only women only. I think men go through it as well, but women specifically because you know we have all these time and barriers that society likes to put on us. So finding that balance and not putting as much pressure on yourselves is definitely something that I think we go through.
I agree. Where do you think that pressure comes from, though? Do you think it comes from, like, comparing yourself to others sometimes? Like, where you see other people in your age group, where they are, and you see where you are, and you're like, damn, like, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not on this level as well? Do you think
I feel like
it's
it.
that
I feel like it has to do with people our age group and also like our family. Like for me, it's like
100%.
it's like oh, this person got married. You older. Okay, that was their time. Like I'm not sure what to tell you, or like,
You're right.
oh, how come this person's doing this and you just told me. But and this is the thing about Caribbean. It's like when I compare myself to somebody else, it's a problem. But when you do it, it's okay.
Right.
Oh, so and so's doing this. How come you're not? Oh, so and so's doing it. How come I can't do it? Oh, don't compare. You just compared me to them the other day. Like, so it's a time and a place where you can compare and I can't compare. So I feel like it comes with the family on your back. And it also comes with seeing your peers like doing something. You just like, yo, what step did I miss that I'm not at the same level as them?
Yeah.
Because it's like we all went through high school together. So what lesson were you taught and I did? You know. So I definitely feel like it's like sometimes it be like a step. Where it's like sometimes you look at people and it's not like to judge, but everyone thinks it's just like, how come you? Like people that get married or people that have kids, it's just like, wait, huh? You got a kid? You got married?
What?
And you sit there, you look at yourself, and you like, what did I do? You know, where it went wrong or what did I do wrong? So I feel like even though people don't say, it's not like you're jealous or nothing, but it's just a thought process. Everyone has that thought process.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like it's definitely like it happens. Like you compare yourself. It happens more often than you think. And then you get yourself in that place where it's like, it kind of gets dark and you're like, oh, hold on, I gotta pick myself up. Yeah, like everybody got different pace. Then you start thinking like everybody got different pace. So it's so it definitely happens more common.
Yeah, for sure.
What's did you say a problem for 27? You're thinking?
I'm trying to think. Kind of to like piggyback kind of off of what you said a little bit. Just in my immediate friend group and my family, sometimes I see it being difficult for women to navigate their careers and having children. You know, and then finding your place. Sometimes you get so caught up in being a mom or being a wife, you kind of lose yourself in the mix. You know, so I see that being hard for some women to navigate, especially in your 20s.
I feel like that gets hard too because it's just like you want that family, but you know, sometimes, well, most of the time our mothers left what they had to do because they had a family, so you don't want to do that same thing. But then again, you want to have a family, so it's just like, what do I do? Especially in today's world, it's so hard to like balance it all out because a long time ago, you know, women didn't work as much as we do now. So it's like, how do I balance that whole thing out? Life is really about balance. It is harder than we think. When you think you got it together and then something happens and you just fall off edge, you're like, wait, I thought I was I thought I was doing so good.
I was just back at square one.
Listen.
But you know, it's all good as long as we don't, you know, stay down when it gets rough.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all that matters.
As long as you're not stagnant, you know, take a few steps, but take 5 steps forward, you know? So
I agree. It's just sometimes life's. Like, I was trying to figure out.
Life be life.
You saw me struggle. I was trying to find another word, and I'm like, I can't find it right now. But yo, life just be life, and you just
Get
like, yo, what just happened? Like,
especially like when you think you over something. Then it's like, boom, now I'm triggered. Now I gotta go through that whole healing process again.
Yo,
and then
promise
it's like,
you.
What sucks is that as you're like growing and you get more into your job, you can't afford to just sit in your dorm room and like do nothing and scope. You gotta actually go to work and work through this too. So it's just, you know, life is just teaching you how to navigate while going through these things at the same time.
But it also teaches you to do that. And I feel like grieving is a word that I've been using a lot. It's like, you could grieve over a friendship, you could grieve over a relationship, over someone that you lost. You never get over it. It's just something that you just have to learn how to like control it. Because like you could literally like say you was in a relationship and you pass by that place and you just like, dang. I remember this. Or were you with you and a friend, you had a joke where it's like, and now you're just like, oh, I can't even text him and tell him, you know? Like, so I feel like it's always like a process where it's just like, you just got to rebalance yourself. And every balance sometimes, it'd be harder than you think, yo. But
it's worth it.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you feel that weight lifted off your shoulder and just make you feel all better. You feel you feel better again. All right. Next question. I told you I'm blind. Hold up. I wanted to be cute, so I wore my glasses. I wore my contacts, and I'm blind. How has your confidence increased with your age? I said wait. How have your confidence increased with age? I guess I'll start with that. I'll say for me a lot. I struggled with 2 things. When I was younger, it was my height. Arianni could relate because we struggle with that a lot. And then, well, I could say that with you because you're like super short. And then as I got older, it was my weight. I think that's why I said weight because right now I'm in the flex of like going in between weight. So like some days I'm like, I look good, and some days I'm like, whew, I just ate that pizza and I should have ate it. Like, I look crazy. So I feel like with confidence, it depends on what stage you're at in your life that you have to balance it. But I definitely feel like I got better. Like before it was bad. Like, and sometimes I still find myself like when I go somewhere, I'm sitting in that corner, I'm just like, girl, you better start walking around the room. You look good. So, the other day I had a moment on Instagram. I took one picture and I was like, oh snap, and I started just flicking it up. So it's just like you gotta find that period of moment where you gotta Thank you. I found that moment where we could just expand it out. So what about you ladies? I feel like with me, it's like, I be having my period still, but it's better than before.
100%.
I agree. I feel like I have my, some days are better than others, but I do feel like with age it has increased.
Okay, so for you, because I'm a tall girl, how
Yeah.
is it for you as, guys, she is really small. Like, she is really small, so how has it been for you?
I am 4'11".
That's
look at
for
me
real?
like
I thought
that.
you was at least 5.
Okay, I'm 5. Okay, I'm 5.
At the end.
All right, let's go with that.
At the end.
Let's go with that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in elementary school, middle school, it was more of a challenge. 'Cause you know, kids are mean.
Yeah.
Kids are brutal. Kids are brutal. They are brutal. Oh,
And they're only getting worse.
They're getting worse.
they're getting worse. It's like bad. Like kids are brutal. I feel like my confidence developed a little bit more in high school. College, I could say that I blossomed a little bit more. I got more comfortable with my height because I was around so many different people.
Right.
Everybody, we was all there for a common goal, get the hell up out of there. Right? So I didn't really feel too bad about it. I felt like, and then I seen people that were my size. You know, I seen people that looked like me, and it definitely made me feel more included. I felt better about myself, and now that I'm in my late 20s, I've definitely come to a place where I have a good amount of confidence. Like Shelly said, I have my days, but I'm definitely more comfortable than I was before, especially when I was younger. For sure. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, same. I mean, I feel like my confidence grew with the more freedom I got. And
Oh, that's a
obviously,
good one.
as you get older, the more freedom you get. So the more you have space to be yourself. And as I developed who I am as myself, who Brunie is, I began to become more confident. Because, you know, when you're growing up, you try to fit molds of other people, molds of your friends, molds of whoever your parents are talking about. So that confidence and also that pressure, you know, just weighs you down. So
I have a question for you too. You know, transparency and keeping it real. How was your confidence growing up as like a dark skinned girl? Because I know now we're embracing it, but before it wasn't as like so embracive. So how was it for you guys growing up as like brown skinned girls?
like you said, kids are mean. Growing up, I was called burnt chocolate or chocolate chip cookie, but like the other side of the chocolate chip cookie, and I was like,
mean, yo.
and I, you know, growing up, I was like, oh yeah, that's my nickname.
I was called Tree.
Oh,
Yeah. I was called Tree, so I know.
Every time you say that shit kills me.
Cause that's what I heard when I was a kid, but now I'm just like, you know what, it's okay. Cause all the guys that were calling me Tree are now taller than me, so it's like, it's okay.
It was the guys that was
It was the guys, cause I was taller.
You're right.
Girls grow before guys do, so they be short for so long, and then but
they do that.
go
as
ahead,
well.
Brunie.
But and also my name is Brunie. A lot of people are like, oh, Brownie,
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God.
okay, that's kind of cute, I guess,
Clever, like,
right?
I guess. Real clever.
But I honestly didn't feel like I was ashamed to be dark skinned. I didn't
That's
realize
right,
what they were saying to me was like offensive. I was
Right.
like, oh, you know, my skin look nice. Like that's all they're saying. So I don't really think I had a problem with being dark skinned or
That's
seeing
good.
that as an issue growing up.
That's good.
I mean, for me, as far as being dark skinned, my first bullies was my brothers. Till this day, they still be dogging me. Like
Probably teaching about your skin.
not my skin necessarily, for sure my size. Like Solomon legit calls me Biggie.
Oh my.
Like it's ridiculous.
I can't stand your brother's show.
Me neither. But you know, shout out to the brother. But for sure, like my first bullies was definitely in my house with like not even my parents, but family members for sure. Comparing, because my sister is Michelle's complexion. Ooh, sorry, Shelly.
It's okay. No, you're good.
Oh shit.
I didn't know it.
Go ahead. No, you're good. You call me whatever.
Yeah, so he definitely compared us for sure. And then
I can't stand you.
on top of like, you know, the bullying that was taking place within the family and then going to school and then here and there, and then also I've been tall my entire life and I've always almost been like the bigger kid in class my entire life. So I'm used to hearing certain things, but it got to a certain point where I think I was like in middle school where I decided to just laugh with them as a coping mechanism. I was like, I'm tired of crying.
Right.
The teacher's not doing nothing. Let's laugh together.
They do not care.
So I was just like, let's clever. Some of it is a little trash. Like, I've heard it all. Dark chocolate, fat chocolate, like, whatever. But, you know, it just took some time to get to a place where I was, like, fully confident. Like, I think I always know I was beautiful. Like, that's one thing for sure. I always know I was beautiful. I'm not ugly. You can't, my face card don't decline.
No, period.
But, you know, as far as, like, you know, stepping into who I really am, I think that really happened for me, like, post 25 in the pandemic, to be honest. Like, being inside, and I was on my phone a lot, but I made it my goal to follow women that look like me.
Right.
Follow women who are dark skinned, who are plus size. So
I'm
then
not
I
gonna lie
can
to
see,
you, these plus size women in their fashion,
girl.
crazy. I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it because I be trying to do the same thing and I still look big. Like, I don't know.
It's crazy though. But like, you know, it took time to get there, and I feel like, you know, once I fully stepped into who I am, I've just like been flourishing ever since. Like, I don't shrink like I used to.
Listen, if y'all go on her IG, I'm telling y'all not gonna regret it.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all gonna regret it.
Alright. But no, like, real rap though, it was definitely post 25 for me where I fully stepped into it, and just, you know, being more like, especially growing up in the church that we went to, like, it was very conservative, very like no tight clothing, like very baggy clothes kind of thing, just so damissionaire. Like, so it was like dressing like that. But once I realized, like, yo, I can wear what I want. If it's in my size, I'ma wear it.
Right.
Like, and I'm not the type that's gonna have me out here looking crazy. Like, I wear stuff that shapes my body, you know. And so, but that didn't happen till after college. And so, I have no regrets. I enjoyed everything. You know, it was definitely like, you know, a journey I have to go through as a woman. But it just makes me more excited for, like, the
What's to
future.
come.
Yeah, what's to come. Because, like, we're only getting better.
Listen,
Like, we're legit only
the more money I
getting
get, I
better.
promise you I'm gonna be better. I'm poor right now. Look how I'm, you feel me? Imagine I got money.
Right, this is poor. Alright, this is your poor.
Man, I cannot stand you. But no, I agree. I honestly think once I hit 25 years old, and I know that sounds so young, especially to somebody like Jean, that's like 25. Once I hit like 25. Once I hit 25, I promise you, like, I feel like my eyes just opened. Like, it was just a different vibe. Like, I think 25 for me was my best age so far. Like, 27 is going good so far. I don't know, I just started. But 25 to me, I had a very good 25th. Like, I feel like I was more out. I got out of my comfort zone. That's to everyone else, that's my outside year. I wasn't really outside. I posted because I'm always doing something. I'm not always outside, but I post when I want to post. So Instagram can show you. I could have posted that and I would probably was inside my house posting that. Like, y'all don't know where I was. But to everyone else, that's my outside year. I had a very good year. I took a lot of trips. I went to a lot of events. I just, you know, broadened my horizon. So I feel like to me that was a good year. So I agree with you when you said 25 or after college. That actually was like the eye opener. Yeah. I like my journey. If I could do a little bit different, I would. But I do like my journey, though. I feel like it's like a good pace.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Do you guys agree with the beauty standards that are set today for us women? Because I know there's a bunch of beauty standards. What do you guys consider as a beauty standard that is marked for us today?
You know, that's a really good question. Especially in the climate that we're in right now, with a lot of the celebrities who are no longer wanting to have the plastic surgery and stuff like that, and taking away their BBLs and the implants. And so the beauty standard is constantly changing. And so, you know, while at one point, you know, I would say like you were the full-on beauty standard, like the lighter complexion, gorgeous, like, you know, you were the beauty standard. But I feel like, you know, as time has progressed, we've gotten more open to like various complexions, various sizes and stuff. So I think currently, right, beauty standard is, but I think it depends on what room you're in.
Absolutely.
So
That's
like,
a good
to see
one.
It's
what
relative. It definitely is. It really is.
because like here we're like all shades, sizes, and it's like it's beautiful, you know. But if I go in a different room,
I promise I didn't plan this.
Yeah.
I didn't even plan this. I looked at you. I'm like, wait, I did good here. I did good.
you got all the flavors, man.
I definitely feel like depending on the room that you're in will determine the beauty standard because it is hard. Like, and people like you said it, like you mentioned it, like I was like the light skinned, and a lot of people be like, "Oh, you the light skinned one," and I'm like, honestly, I feel like, and I spoke with this to my mom. I feel like God give you something that you don't really care about that someone else want. Like me, I got the light skin and I got the tall. That's not what I wanted. I wanted long hair. I wanted long hair. I wanted the long hair and the nice eyes. I got tall and light skin. That's not what I wanted. Like, but I promise you, if I would have had curly hair, it would have been over. But there's a reason why God didn't give me that curly hair.
Because he knew you would have.
Okay. But I really feel like sometimes, like, people be looking at me, they're like, oh my God, like, and I'm just like, I don't see nothing serious here. Like, yeah. Like with me, with Maya, I love Maya's height. But she's like, yo, I don't. Girl, you easy to. First of all, you got kid size shoes, kid size clothes. You are cheap shopping, like cheap shopping.
But that goes back to what you were saying. Like my height is like okay, like whatever. But you're like, I love your height. Like I love your size. Like it comes with some perks. But
sometimes it also comes with some disadvantages.
It comes with some disadvantages as well.
But I definitely feel like you always have something that someone else wants, but you don't see it. Like I always said, I wish I could see myself through someone else's eyes. Because then maybe I would embrace myself more. Because some people be like, "Oh, you're this." I'm just like, where? Like, what are you looking at?
Chill out.
But yeah, I definitely feel like you gave the right answer. I don't even know how to compare that answer.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I 100% agree.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an answer. But the BBLs have no body shame to anybody, but the BBLs have been like on a different level. Yeah, because you can't even tell which one is which now. So some people actually are working in the gym. Yeah, but you can't. Yeah, like you can't even really tell. But yeah, I've been going to the gym a lot, and we be making it a show. Like we be having and they're having jokes, but the things we see is like, yo. Yeah.
It's like the only ones that you know it's a BBL if it's a bad one.
Yeah, like if the legs are too skinny.
Yeah, it's like
the legs are too skinny, but
it's a little bit too much. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to each his own. If you could afford it and that's what makes you happy, then you gotta do whatever makes you happy.
You do whatever you want to do.
So you guys don't have no other beauty standards? Y'all good on Arianni's answer? I feel like I've been saying your name wrong.
It's
Arianni? I'll definitely say
Arianni, Arianni, Arianni. Yeah.
So the translation will be. How does it spell with an A?
Yeah, so with an A. Arianni or Arianni.
I feel like she never corrects me, so our whole friendship, I feel like I've been saying her name wrong.
No. As long as there's no Arianna, we good.
Who would call you that though? That's like literally saying every single alphabet.
Girl.
You have a lot of vowels, so they should be all silent.
They should be all silent.
That's like my last name. They be saying all the letters, and I'm like, all the letters are not they're not supposed to be said. Like,
how you say your last name?
What, my last name? You want the Creole version? Or you want the English version? There was it.
Wait, so how you say? Because how I be saying that?
How you say my last name?
DeRoches.
See, she said DeRosier. It's not DeRosier. It's Desirous. Yeah, whenever someone says DeRosier, there's no A. I don't know where you got the A from. DeRosier. I don't know. But whatever. Y'all want to talk about last names? Nah, we're not. It was like, nah.
Our last name is just so simple. I
ain't gonna do that to y'all. Okay. How has social media affect your vision? There's a lot of confidence questions that I ask here. How has social media affect your vision / confidence as a woman? I stopped looking on social media.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm not really, I'm not on it as much as probably the average person, but I do modify it to the stuff that I want to see and the content that appeals to me. So it's really never an issue too much.
Yeah, me and Jim talking about that with our friend one time. It's like, the algorithm is dangerous because it'll make you think that this is how you feel, and it's really not. It's just because it's feeding you so much, it starts changing your mind. So the algorithm I changed it. I made it only locks, nails, sneakers. In the gym. Maybe some here and there gym videos.
As you should. I feel like social media it can be bad, but a lot of the times it's encouragement. I see people doing their thing, and I'm like, ooh, that gives me an eye. I want to do that too. Or, you know, if they could do it, I could do it too. Or a lot of times that's how I make friends, or that's how I make connections. I'll reach out to someone and be like, your hand is up.
I have a question. I don't want to interrupt. You said encouragement.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't want to stop your flow. Sorry about that. But you say encouragement. Now, do you think, obviously, encouragement, we use it in a positive light. Do you think it happens on the negative side too?
Oh, absolutely.
Negative encouragement to be
Especially
for
for
bad
women.
habits.
No, especially for women.
Yes.
As far as like what I see, like the music videos, the asses, the titties,
Yes.
the lifestyle.
One thing I've seen is like, I realized when in college I didn't have no money, so I was doing my own hair a lot. I was doing my own hair, and you know, it wasn't always perfect. Parts was always a mess, you know, go out, leave out, whatever. And I feel like with social media now, it's encouraged me in a bad way to make sure my hair is always done. And that's a good and bad thing.
Right.
Like, you know, yeah, my hair should be done, but like I shouldn't put as much pressure on myself when my parts are not even or whatever. Like, it doesn't change the way I look.
Right.
It shouldn't change the way I feel either, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, but it's gonna look bad in pictures. Or someone catches me, they're gonna see my edges and something like that. So I definitely can see where you see the bad encouragement.
Because I think the problem, I don't know if this is the woman's episode. I think the problem I have with social media is that I think people kind of trick themselves into saying like this is how life should be. Like, no.
Yeah.
The problem, the trick to social media is this is everybody showing their asses on how they win. You'll never hear people lose on social media.
Yeah.
Unless it's like they're down to their last hurrah and they're trying to get money out of everybody or something wrong. You never see it. So I always tell people, especially women, I tell women like, yo, don't go buy this shit. This thing is very dangerous. Don't let this dictate what you think us men want. Most men do not want a girl that looks like that because you know that's too perfect.
Yeah, but that's the pictures that y'all be liking and posting on y'all story. So we don't know.
So why y'all like it if y'all don't like it?
Because we just men.
Yeah,
so
Gene, that's no, you 4 against 1 right now. I don't think you want to do this.
Alright. Why do you think guys like cars?
Because they look nice.
Because they can't afford it.
Exactly. That's it. It's very basic. It's not that hard. That's the trick to men. Sorry, guys. We're very, very simple creatures. Very simple creatures. But trust me, at the end of the day, I see more natural women getting wiped up, being a coach, going on.
Yeah, but sometimes men, even though I said we wasn't gonna talk about men, but this is a sidebar.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah. I would say younger men are impressionable with those type of beauty standards.
For sure.
I think as men get older and they mature, they realize like, yo, certain things are just not worth it because who wants a woman with all that damn attention? Most men don't. I can handle a woman with that much attention, but maybe 3 of my friends can. So I'm one of the 4 that probably can't do it. But at the end of the day, I think natural women still win.
But why do you guys make it so hard sometimes on women?
How it ain't hard? What make it hard?
Oh, you want to get
what
into
Look, Brunie said. I can't
We're we get to the point, we get very logical.
No,
You
we get to the
do.
point and we get very
No,
logical.
y'all don't.
Not always.
I think it's a
Tell me
generational
what,
thing.
tell me what.
You know, he is older, as Shelly said.
Tell me
I don't know
what.
how old he is.
Oh.
He's definitely older.
I think it
Maybe
could be
we're thinking about
generational.
our 20-year-olds and
Yeah,
how they navigate.
I told you, young men are very...
Some older men still be doing a lot.
I see on your lip.
You're right. I'm not gonna hold you.
Americans be doing a lot too. Like, it's not the patience. It's just these niggas. Like, that's it. It don't matter. But it is different for sure with like older guys. But I definitely agree with you when you were saying about, you know, the negative encouragement, because I feel like sometimes, not necessarily our age group, but younger girls sometimes can see like a certain lifestyle on social media that we might.
I just want to say something real quick. When you said the younger age group, the reason I asked this question is I have a niece. She's the most beautiful person in the world.
She very is. She's a Girl
She
Scout.
has long hair, but she, like as many great, like it's like Shelly says, like all the things God gave her, she still feels sometimes it's not enough. So I'm like, okay, where she's getting this from? And I'm talking with her mother. She's gonna be living in the world where like Instagram,
Terrible.
that's gonna be
For sure.
standard.
Yeah.
So I get scared because I'm like, yo, I don't mind an Instagram girl doing her thing. I don't mind a pretty woman doing her thing. But I just said, just keep in mind that somebody smaller than you is watching.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind. That's other than that, go ahead, do your thing. It's a free world. Do what you got to do. But Sorry, I'm done.
He's not done, but okay. Go ahead and finish your train of thought, girl.
But yeah, I was gonna say, I definitely agree with you for sure about the negative encouragement that can come because it tends to set unrealistic expectations of what like things look
You are
like.
preaching.
Like,
Go ahead.
Like what relationships look like, especially like you just said, people only post the good. These couples only post the good. They're not gonna post I did not sleep in the same room. Like I definitely they're not that happy.
They're not that happy.
Gene is on the train of he hates the influencers that wake up out of bed.
No, like what you mean you said the camera?
Right there. Are you that lonely,
They could have started in the bathroom brushing their teeth. No, that's like I got to show you me fake waking up.
You know you in your bed, scroll through Instagram, doing dumb shit.
Be for real. I just don't get it. That just
Yo, one of my least favorite trends is like everyone trying to be an entrepreneur.
Oh
Like,
my goodness.
not everybody
Everyone.
can be an
Hustle culture is very
entrepreneur.
dangerous on Instagram. Don't let them niggas fool you.
No,
Them niggas is
are they
good.
not fooling me?
Every hustler I've seen on Instagram, I say you're the scammer. You're not fooling me, son. Like I'm sorry. Like I'm not taking no shit from you. I'm sorry. I'm not
Hustle
buying
culture
no
does
ebook
not
or
exist,
whatever.
man.
Nah, social media has been crazy. Like when we were growing up, we didn't have all of this social media. I think the most we had was AIM and MySpace.
yeah.
And even that was like we couldn't even really go on there as much. We had to hide. Well, I had to hide behind my parents' back to go on MySpace.
Yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah, like it wasn't even something that was as open as these kids now. Like these kids now are.
You were?
Yeah.
I was a little, because my parents didn't really understand
What was going on?
social media and things of that nature. So
You know
they
why
didn't
my
really
parents were
have a
so
clue.
strict? Because my father is a CNN fiend. So every time he heard, like, I think one killing happened on MySpace,
Yes.
and ever since then it was like, yeah, the girl met up with some guy, and then she got killed, and my father was like, no, I'm just like, oh my god, oh
Yeah,
my
seen it on the news or
yeah,
something
my
like
father
that.
stay on
Got you.
CNN, so
Oh
like,
my god.
if something happens on CNN, it's over for everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but
I remember when Instagram was a picture app.
That was
Showing
good.
my age, but I remember.
No.
it was a picture
I remember
When it first
Instagram.
started,
picture
it was
app.
just
It was
pictures.
it was literally an app where people would just show like sunsets.
Yeah, that's it.
It was
The
great.
trees, the birds, and then I saw, and then one day I saw a huge ass on it, and after that,
We had the blue Instagram with the blue chunky bottom. Yeah.
Instagram early.
That was such
I
a good
remember that.
time.
That was
I was
the
late
stress.
to the Instagram party though. I didn't start my Instagram until like 2018.
I was on that.
Damn.
Yeah, I was very
God.
2018. I was very late.
on
But I do remember what it was like before that.
2012, I've been on Instagram since.
I started
I
my
think it popped
Instagram
off
with
in
an Android, so my
2011.
pictures was
It was only
pixel.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
I remember.
Yeah, my pictures were a little not clear because I didn't have no iPhone. I had an Android. I had an Android.
You did the best you could, I'm sure.
I made it through, right? I made it through. But going back to even like what Gene said about his niece, I was talking to my cousin the other day, and he was telling me, she's kind of like my niece, you know, Ruby. So he was telling me like, cause Ruby just turned 7, and he was girl, Ruby was just born the other day. He was telling me how they went to a birthday party, and the girl got a phone for her birthday.
Wow.
7.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's early.
7.
that's what I said. I was just like, what do the kid need a phone for? I'm dropping you off, I'm picking you up. What do you need a phone for?
It's a mini
And most of the
iPad.
time, I'm gonna be there at the
It's a
event with
handheld
you.
I'm not even
iPad for
gonna
them.
lie to you. In this day and age, sounds about right.
It sounds about right, but it's so
I mean,
dangerous.
Yeah.
It's so it's like beneficial but dangerous at the same time.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they're so exposed. Like the kid, especially we're all Twitter. Like we're all Twitter people. The things I see on Twitter as a 27-year-old, I'm like, I can't even open my phone and I can't open Twitter in public. I don't know what I'm gonna see. So just imagine these kids having access to the same things that we're seeing.
Right. Yep.
And we're what, 27? What are you, 28? So it's like, we're still, trying to figure this thing out. Imagine these 7-year-olds being exposed to this stuff so early. And then on top of that, the little girls are getting their periods earlier.
Yeah.
Like I have my little cousin 9 years old. I'm like, you don't know what to do at 9 years old getting your period. You can have a kid at 9 years old.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
My little cousin, she wanted to know where babies came from.
Oh my God.
And her mom would not told her. She looked it up on YouTube and saw a video.
Oh.
I thought parents just answer the question.
Yo.
at this point,
You have to answer the questions early.
Conversations that you would have later on.
You have to have them early.
You have to have them early. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna find it out.
Right. You would rather them find out from you than from the internet.
And then now I be seeing on the, like, I don't even watch the news anymore because it's just too depressing. But like even the little things that come up, I don't even follow the shade room, but the shade room stay on my thing. But even like even the shade room, it comes up and it's like these teachers with these sexual assaults. Yo, what's up? Why is there so much teachers like having sex with these kids?
School, wrong time.
She about to get big. We ain't taking that out. We're gonna leave that in.
That's not.
The teachers are wild, no.
Yeah, like these teachers.
I think it's
I saw a reel when it was just like back to
It probably was been going on. It's just
My high school definitely had a little scandal. You know, probably didn't make the news, but the scandal was there.
Especially
That's
like
crazy.
My high school had a little scandal too.
These girls just got caught.
Yeah.
Who else is not getting caught?
well, it's not only ladies, it's men too.
Yeah, it's men too.
But it's just like, yo, I sent you. First of all, I send you to school with my child. You're spending the whole day with them, and I can't even trust them in this sacred place. Not only is there shootings, now it's sexual assault, and then some of these kids don't even want to talk about it. So it's like, I don't even know what happened.
Right.
And that's the thing. That's why it's important to have these conversations early on what is safe and what is not safe, because like a lot of people go through these things and they don't talk about it forever
Because they don't know how to.
They don't know how to. Or if they have parents like ours, sometimes our parents don't even know how to have this conversation. The only sexual conversation my mama told me was don't have it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Like legit.
My mom words to me was "Pakite pièce mon moyen bubun."
Yes.
That means don't let no one touch the goods. And I'm just
my mom
like,
didn't even tell me that though.
Yeah, that's what my mom
like,
told me.
They be so, and plus for them, they thought the church was gonna teach us a lot of stuff.
I mean,
but then I keep putting this cup down. That's another problem, and I'm gonna touch a little bit on it. If we want to continue, we can. But that's another problem that I also talk about it to my mom. It's one thing that the church is supposed to teach a certain thing, but it's one thing that it starts from the home. It should be no reason why you're depending on the church to teach me something that's supposed to be taught at home. And the problem with it, and I'm gonna say this because this is the church that I go to. The problem with MOC is we go to church Monday for Bible study, Tuesday for practice, Wednesday for prayer, Thursday for activity, Friday for fasting service at night, Saturday morning fasting service in the morning. Then you have services at night with the different groups, and then Sunday you're back at church again. I'm in church 7 days a week, right? When do you have time to build your home?
Ooh, girl. Listen.
Like I said,
Please.
Like I said, I love the church that I grew up in. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of love for MOC. But you can't blame the youth for leaving the way that they did because they weren't being loved.
They weren't being nurtured.
Yeah, the parents thought that they were loving them. That's not love.
that's not love.
You can't send you're in church 7 days a week. You haven't been to none of your kids' basketball games, none of your kids' soccer games, none of the baseball games, none of the spelling bees, none of the award ceremonies. You want the award ceremonies, but you're not even going to them. Your kid just got super honorable. You didn't even congratulate them. I get it. It's something that you're supposed to expect, but you also have to make them feel good about it.
Right.
Where's the congratulations? Where's the hug? Where's the I love you?
And I think,
So it's like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I agree with you 100%. And I think that these are like lessons for us as women of what not to do when we get in these positions. Because like 100%, y'all know my mom stay in the church.
Right.
Like in multiple churches at that. Like,
Yes.
She's about to be 67. We keep telling her, sit down.
Right.
You're done. She don't listen to us. And so, but for her, that like seeing her do this and seeing how I felt neglected in certain areas of my life, I'm like, oh nah, my child will not feel this.
Yeah,
Like, I would
agree.
much rather miss a work event or miss something before I go ahead and miss something that might seem like minor to like an adult, but to that child, that's
big.
the best night of their life.
Yes,
you know,
it's
that
very
one
big.
basketball game, that one band performance, that is the greatest thing for them in that little 13-year-old life of theirs.
Yes.
So just like, I don't want no parts of that, to be quite honest.
But no, I'm like I said, like I love the church that I grew up in because I met great people. I had a fun time.
Yeah.
But the thing about me, which I love, is my parents, they went to church, but they didn't go 7 days a week. So we had like the home fundamentals. Even though it wasn't like the full great experience, but I still got, the things that I needed. Some of these kids, like I said, some of the youth that left, I don't blame them for leaving because they didn't get what they needed at home. Your parents are in church they don't know what the heck you're doing at home because they're in church all day. And then sometimes the young age they want to drag you, and then when you get to the age where you can stay home, it's just like I'm not going.
You're just like I'm not going.
I'm not going.
You know, I think all of us have.
I feel like for you, I'm not sure how if you were raised in like the religious home and going to church often, but we were raised where we gotta go.
I was raised in Islam, so it was very strict. It was a lot of rules, a lot of regulations. It was I 100% agree with you guys. I do feel like when I got to an age of
your own decision,
being able to denounce my freedom, and I feel like my parents backed off a little bit. It was more so my father. So my mother was raised in the church. When she met my dad, she converted.
Right.
Okay.
And then that's when we started to practice Islam more. I was baptized though.
Really?
I was baptized. I believe I was 6, 7 years old. But when my mother converted, that's when we started to practice more heavily.
So your mother converted after you were born?
She converted afterwards. Yeah, she converted afterwards. But Christianity was still a big part of her life. I have a respect for both religions. I'm well versed in both. As far as raising my children, I plan on teaching them because my partner, we have that conversation all the time because he's Christian, so he has values and he celebrates holidays and.
Oh gosh, she's Haitian by association.
I'm Haitian by association.
Her boyfriend's Haitian, so.
So sorry.
I'm Haitian by association. I'm learning how to make legumes. I love it though, and it's so crazy. Just to segue a little bit, I love it. I want his mother to make that all the time, and everybody's just like, we don't want to eat that. Is that true? I always want it, and they be like, I do not want this.
I love it once in a while.
It's one of the least favorites of the culture.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we have it all the time.
Yeah, we have it so often.
It's like a go-to dish.
Yeah. Like if my mom makes it, it's like okay, but I don't want it.
That's
every day.
exactly how they react to it, and I'm all happy and really like, eat this, and they like, we don't really want it.
There's better dishes than that. But
For sure.
She's new, y'all. She's new. Take it.
A lot of questions. Because your father's Muslim. He knows about your partner being Christian. So if they're ever hypothetically speaking, this is hypothetical.
Ooh, I like that.
Hypothetically speaking, if you guys were to go all the way, like get married, would he want the traditional Muslim way, or is he leaving that up to, is he giving that power to the daughter to do what's best for her? Because I have Muslim friends. I work with Muslim guys. I have Muslim friends. Very strict. Yeah. Very strict to the T. Some of the most strictest people I've ever met in my life, but they are very big on family, passing the torch, passing the baton, and I'm like. And
there's a particular, like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
So that's the affiliate that we're under. So very strict.
That's the big time.
Very strict. No nonsense. No nonsense. So he would prefer for it to be traditional for sure. But I feel like me and my father have made so much progress in our relationship. He's just gotten to the place where he's letting me do my thing. Like he's confident in that religion. And whatever route I decide to take, I'm confident that he'll support it.
That's good though.
Yeah, that's really healthy.
That's good.
I only asked that question because I don't know if y'all saw that movie with Lauren London.
Oh, what's it called? You People.
Oh, You People. I felt like that was my life though. Like I was like, yo, I really want my father. I want to watch it with him because it's so. And we can laugh about it now. Growing up,
he was dead serious. He was like, you man, my daughter, we have to go through some tests. He was,
But you know what? When my father did, and I gave my boyfriend a rundown. I was like, listen, when you meet my father, he's gonna have you watch the Minister Farrakhan. He's gonna have you, and he did. It's like a rites of passage, like. And my boyfriend's very respectful, so he sat there and looked and kept his eyes open, didn't fall asleep.
sound like Lauren London.
Yeah, like I had already gave him the rundown, and so he knew what to expect. So.
I love Carlins. Carlins is my boy.
His name is Carlins.
You know that we're not gonna expose. Thank you. Yo, sidebar, and I'm not gonna say the real way. Yo, chill. We on a podcast too. but when we were working at Nike, and I don't know what we were talking about. We were talking about something, and then I was just like, "Oh, what's your boyfriend name?" And she was like, "Carlins." And I looked at her, I was like, "Carlins."
I said American.
And then we started laughing. I'm just like, "You meant?" And then I said the Haitian, because we all know the Haitian man. And she's like, "Oh my God, that is his name." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. We talking some Carlins." And that was just that's like our joke, but like I'm like, Carlins, what the heck is a Carlins?
His name is Haitian.
Carlins.
Well, no, that's my boy though. That's my boy.
Shout out to Carl.
So we know that she's taken. Are you two ladies taking single?
Big single.
Situationship
He
complications.
is my boyfriend.
In other words, single.
You know, we talk here and there to a few people, but you know, no one's taking me seriously, and that's okay.
So you're not the picky one.
Me? No, I'm not picky.
Absolutely not. She needs to be picky.
I'm guessing you see her choices in
I'm
this.
not picky. I'm not picky at all. I mean, you know, I got the standards. I think they're basic,
100%.
but yeah. Right in the bait.
Oh yeah, I'm single. You know?
No, I'm saying, are you picky?
Am I picky? Nah. I don't think I'm picky.
You need to
I
be
think-
picky too.
No, you're right. You're right. I think for me, like, and I mean, as I get older, it kind of changes the whole height thing. I'm 6 feet, so like,
No. The height is it's a thing for me. It's
I'm saying,
a thing.
I'm, like,
A man has to be taller than you.
Yes.
I would like for him to be taller than me.
I think my height or above.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
So yeah. If he's like 5'9",
You're 6 feet. You want a man that's 5'9"?
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I have a great guy and the only thing is that he's 5'9", I'm not gonna
You
dub
can work
him.
with that.
Yeah, you
There's some
know.
great short men out there.
It's a lot of great short men.
Nah,
They
but
be
they're, like,
approaching me. I
super-
personally don't want it,
Right.
but like,
Oh, I know
but
when you go to the Haitians part, hey mommy, hey baby. The
and that's the thing though. Like the men that are approaching me,
Like the short ones, they count.
The short ones,
They count in the world.
legit, like
Yeah, baby.
that, or it's the dudes that are like 40 and up.
Hey.
I'm sorry, your peers.
Okay, so at 27 right now, what is the most that you'll date? Like, what's the age gap that you'll do?
I mean, I'm definitely not doing 20 years for sure. That's type OD. But I think for me, like real rep, I don't got daddy issues, so I'm not looking for a man to take care of me in that regard. You know, I'm very confident in that area that I don't, you know, I don't have the father issues where I need to go seek someone to be my father.
Right.
You know, I'm looking for a partner in this. So I think the oldest, how old am I? 27. Oh, like 35, 37 maybe.
That's not bad.
That's not too bad.
at all.
You know,
That's not
10
bad.
years.
I do that.
yeah, 10 years.
10 years.
I think 10 years is good.
Yeah.
Because mentally it's really 5.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, you know, there's been some guys who've approached me who are like, I want to say 32, 33, and they just be a hot mess. You know? So it's just like, I realize
I can relate. I can relate.
It's like, I realize age doesn't really mean anything, to be
doesn't.
honest. But I'm not going to sit here, like I said, and go for someone who's like super, super old to me because of like the lack that I'm getting in my age group, you know? But yeah.
Brunie, what are you, 26?
I'm 26, yes.
What's the age gap that you'll do?
The oldest I've dated was 33.
That's not
And I think
bad.
the oldest I would date is probably like 36. 10 years.
That's not bad.
The 33-year-old also didn't have his life together, but it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
He had it somewhat, but it's not enough for me. But yeah, I don't think age is an issue either. But I'm looking for the soft life. I am not trying to be.
Well, yes, I'm about to ask you, what is the soft life? Please explain. What is the
The
soft
soft life for me.
What is the soft life?
You know.
I'm still.
So okay, let's just run it back. My father, I'm the princess. I was the baby by over 10 years. My siblings are a lot older than me, so everybody was taking care of me. I was very much babied, and not babied in the sense that I got to like I didn't know how to take care of myself, but baby in the sense that you know if I wanted something, I would get it. If I needed help, I would get it.
The princess role.
The princess role, you know. So that's something I want to look forward to. Adulting is hard, and I want to go back to being that princess in my man's life. So the soft life for me is working, but not
Spending your money.
No, I can spend my money. I can spend my money, but I'm not working super hard to provide for the entire family. If that makes sense. Like I don't want to be the main income in the house.
Okay.
The man has to be the main income, but that's because my income is also high. His is gonna be higher.
Remember, she's an architect, so
So we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
she's a beginner
Yeah.
in training.
And so, and you know, especially when it comes to having kids, I want to be able to take a few years off and take care of my kids, nurture my kids, make sure that they know who their parents are. We talked about Haitian parents being busy and being always in the church. So I think the first few years of my kids' life, I want to be there for them, and I want to be comfortable enough where I can be there for them, and that so that my husband isn't, you know, working 50 hours a week to support us. But I could, you know, do part-time and we're still comfortable type of
I
thing.
got you.
So, soft life, working because I want to, not necessarily because I have to. Because I don't see myself not working. I'm too much of a busybody to not to like not doing nothing. But having that option and being still comfortable and having someone who I feel comfortable enough where I can do those things and not feel bad about it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think I'll do the same 7 to 10 year gap. I also agree with you. And somebody sent me sent me this pod the other day, and it was basically talking how like, and actually me and my sister were talking about it too, but it was basically talking about like how females are so like masculine because we haven't found someone to actually bring our feminine side out. I want someone that brings out my feminine side, because I'm very much so like manly. I'm always, I could do it on my own. I know I could do it on my own. I'm tired of doing it on my own. So I want someone that's like gonna bring that feminine side out of me, like the girly type and because I could be real mushy if you the one. So I want to not be so like hardcore. Like I want to.
Is that what soft life looks like to you?
To me, my soft life is someone bringing out my feminine side. Because I know that I have it. I could get dressed up and I could get real cute and I could be all soft.
So did you develop that masculine side? Was that always in you, or did trauma cause the masculine side?
I feel like, ooh, that was deep.
That's a good question.
That just got deep.
Let me pour some wine to that one.
When I hear women say that, it's like the equivalent of a girl telling me, "Oh, who hurt you?" Like, no, sweetheart, it's not who hurt me; it's what I went through. It's what I learned.
I feel like
This is the result of fucked up women in my life. So this is how I carry myself now. So I always ask women when they say, "Take me out of my mask," and I'm like, "Did somebody, did Roberto hurt you that bad or something?"
I feel like I can't
And does
stand
it
this man.
necessarily have to be that somebody hurt you?
I'm about to say
Be
that.
what you've seen.
I'm about to tell you. So no one hurt me, but my father he's a how do I say this? Pharmaceutical. He works in a pharmaceutical company, so he makes like the Advils, the Tylenol, and stuff like that. So before it was more common where people worked in a factory to do that, and now it's computer.
Yeah.
So my dad had a phase where like he worked at this one company for like 15 plus years, and once that company shut down, it was hard to like keep a job because like I said, computers are now a big thing. So it's like they don't really need humans to work. So my dad was head of household for a very long time, but then when that job shut down and he was bouncing from like job to job, my mother stepped up to the plate. So my mother ended up working 2 jobs. So it's like because I seen that, it's just like it's not like it's something that I'm like I have to do. It's just like I see my mom do it and she's like holding it down. So it's just like I feel like now I'm trying to hold it down for her and my father. So it's like I picked up that masculine role, and it's just like right now I got 3 jobs, y'all. What the hell? I'm 27. Why do I have 3 jobs? I have 3 jobs.
Saying something that said you picked up another job.
Yeah, I picked up another job. So
What are you saying?
When do you have time?
I don't.
Doing this right now.
I'm like half asleep right now, but
Girl.
so I have like 3 jobs. So like the weekends when I'm supposed to be off for my first job, I'm working my other 2 jobs. So it's like I picked up extra shifts because I'm really trying to get to a point where I can sit both my parents down.
I feel you, yeah.
So it's like I see my father do it for so long, then my mother picked it up. Now I'm trying to pick it up for both of them because I'm trying to send them back to Haiti. They're talking too much in my ear and I'm tired. Like I feel like I got 2 kids at the house right now, and the 2 of them is like 5 each. So I really got 10 kids at the house. I really came home yesterday and I went in straight parent mode. I asked my father a question. I was like, "You didn't do this," and he's like, and I'm like, "Oh, why are you stuttering? Like, what's going on?" Like I be having to remind my parents, like, didn't I ask you not to do this or to do this?
Don't you gotta go to the doctor? Like, why are you playing? It's ridiculous.
Sidebar. Speaking about doctor, this is such a sidebar. So me and my sister are like, we're responsible for our parents. So I called the doctor, and I always put my parents to go to the appointment together so they don't forget. So I put the appointment for my parents to go to the doctor together. I said, "Mommy, when you go to the doctor, don't forget the insurance card. there's a copay. This is how much the copay is. This is the time. She doesn't call me. She calls my sister because my sister's a little softer with them. My sister calls me while I'm at work. Where's mommy's insurance card? I said, huh? I said, mommy has because I have a backup. I said, mommy has an insurance card in her wallet. Oh, she got to the doctor's appointment. She don't have her card. I said, okay, she's going to go back home and get her card because I told her before I left the house this morning to bring her insurance card, bring the copay, and this is the time. I repeated it the night before and the day of. Why is she calling? Why didn't she call me, number one? Because she know I'm gonna yell at her. So I told my sister to tell her to go back home and pick it up because I told her before she left the house to pick it up.
It's really crazy.
5 minutes later, she called me. Oh, it's in her wallet. I said, I know it's in her wallet. She didn't double check. I feel like I have kids. Like
I feel the same way about my parents. It's like the roles have definitely
changed.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just like, so now my masculine side is like me trying to take care of the household. So it's like I really want to sit my parents down because there should be no reason why my mother is about to be 6 years old. I mean, the retirement age is first of all, I don't think I'm going to get to retirement age. I could barely do it now. But it's like I don't I don't want to keep seeing my parents work. Like
I feel you. See, like with the whole like soft life thing, like y'all know my mom has not worked since I was 27, since I was like 9.
Yeah, but she act like she worked.
Exactly, because she's so involved with the church. But in my entire life, my father has been the breadwinner. Like that's all I know. To the point where at one point my dad would get paid and give the check to my mom. He stopped doing that when she realized that she can't manage money. Because once he realized that he can pay the bills and he's like really good with financials,
right?
Like, he decided to take care of it. But like for me, when it comes to like being feminine, especially like being tall, dark skinned, and like plus size, I feel like I kind of force myself to always be either really feminine or like overly feminine. So like for me, that's like making sure I have some makeup on,
right?
Making sure my nails are done, because without even knowing me, I could just be sitting here and somebody will just defeminize me,
right? That's
just
me.
Because so I'm just like for me, I have to like do extra work to make sure that I'm being feminine, so that I don't even give you a chance to like treat me anything other than a lady.
But see, I struggle with that because like I have my moments, and Gene could attest because he's always bullying me about it. But like I have my moments where I find myself like either I'm like I don't know if y'all peep, but I was sitting a certain way and I changed my direction because I felt like I was saying like a nigga. So like because I'm such of like I can wear heels, if you give me the option, I'm always going to choose sneakers. I'd rather be comfortable. Like,
100%.
I'd rather be comfortable. So it's just like, I feel like my tom, and I've been a tomboy since I was a kid. So I feel like my tomboy side always like over dominates over my feminine side. Like, if I really want to, I can really dress up.
And then you do.
But I'm going to always choose comfortable.
I think you have a great balance though.
There's nothing wrong with that. But if that's your preference, if you know how to switch it up.
But this is the thing though. I'm the type of person like I'll choose the comfortable and then I get somewhere and I'm just like, dang, I should have worn my dress. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always like when I go to a party, I'm always asking questions, what type of party is this? Because I don't want to overdress and I don't want to underdress.
You can never be overdressed.
I always say overdress.
You sound like Sally. Sally,
Sally gonna get dressed.
Sally gonna get dressed. Sally gonna get dressed.
I don't know who I'm gonna walk into. If you're gonna remember who I am, you're gonna remember me looking.
And you know the other thing too is like, with me is also like I'm at the body shape right now where it's like. Like I told y'all earlier, some days I feel like I'm good, some days I feel like so like when picking out a dress, it's like I'm trying to go sexy, but I'm so conservative because of how we grew up.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to show too much, but like the pink dress at that party that y'all saw me at,
so good.
I wasn't about to buy it.
Really?
Gene and Sully was like, "Yo, you better buy that dress."
Thank you.
So I put it on, and I'm like, "Oh snap!"
What I do?
You look so good.
That's why I'm giving him his props because he be getting too gas.
What I do?
But that's the thing though. Sometimes I'm like, I be in my head so much. I'm like, I won't look as decent in a dress, but then when I put it on, I'm like, oh snap. But it's just that's me being in my head. I'm always in my head, so it's like it'd be annoying sometimes though.
I get you.
But I'm always gonna choose my sneakers.
It's all good.
You can wear dresses, sneakers. It works.
I sure can.
Plus with you, I think that like you've always loved sneakers. Like that's just like we know Shelly. We know she got some outfits. I know your closet probably OD right now.
Hey.
Especially you got 3 jobs now.
Hey.
I know that collection is probably massive.
Chill. Man, you got more sneakers than me. You wear that Nike. Yeah, I saw what you got on. I was like,
$1,000 sneakers.
No, they're not. No,
That's hard. $1,000 sneakers.
I didn't buy them for $1,000.
Exactly.
You got the plug. You got the plug. But it's okay though. I feel like
But she got more sneakers than me.
She got small feet, so she
We
might
worked
be-
at Nike. Them Nike.
cheap.
But I feel like Nike spoiled us because them Nike discounts were dangerous.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, because I'm in a different tax bracket than I was when I was
Yeah.
working at Nike, now I just buy the shit.
I do. They be telling me the price. I'm like, I'll send it to you right now.
I buy it retail. Like, it took me a while to get to the place where I was like, no, because we were spoiled.
Yeah, we
but
were
now I just buy the
spoiled.
shit.
Yeah, that's money. That's money talk. That's enough.
That be Brunie. I'm gonna expose Brunie. The other day, this girl, she gonna post a wine purse.
Girl,
I said, do you really need this? She's like, actually, I do. And I'm like,
I
oh
do.
my
Listen.
gosh.
Imagine if I had came here with the wine purse with this in there. It would have been so nice.
She's so serious. It literally was a wine purse. Like you put the wine.
Specifically for the
Yeah.
wine.
Specifically for the wine. And I'm a wine girl. I'm always gonna bring wine to if I go to my friend's house, if I go to my cousin's, I'm gonna always have a bottle of wine. I was just like, let me just get the I didn't get it. But
Not yet.
it's
Yeah.
still there. Yeah, you know, it's still there.
by summertime it'll be.
And it was honestly the retail was like $100 and it was like $30.
That's not bad. The thing is, Brunie, she fly, but she don't catch a deal.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Brunie is
I
fly.
didn't catch the deal.
I be on Brunie's story like, wow.
That girl.
When she be doing like, how much did I buy this? I always get the wrong price. I'm like, I love playing that game. I'm like, oh, let me see if I get it right today. Wrong. I'm like, dang. But I usually be catching a deal. Though.
Absolutely.
Yo, facts. Me, my mother be like, if you want a deal, go out with her. I'm out. And then what my luck is, whenever I go to the store, I know somebody. So they be like, you want a discount? I'm like, yeah, I want you. Ask me if I want a discount. Yeah, I want a discount. What kind of question is that?
You could just put it
I'm always lucky with that. Like and it's like it be happening so random. They're like, oh, I'm like, oh, you work here? They're like, yeah. And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna come to you. Come to you. But anything else y'all wanna talk about? Anything I got on y'all mind?
I don't even know how we got here.
I don't even know.
I don't know how I got here.
I don't even know.
I think that's the beautiful thing about podcasts. You know, we had some really great questions, and then we just segued into different.
I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know how we got here. I think Gene started off with the question about his knees.
Maybe it was Jane.
You have any questions for us, Gene?
I actually do.
Oh God, I should never asked that.
Everybody's religious here. So y'all very strict with y'all religion.
Well, we grew up.
We grew up in strict.
right now.
I think. Hold on, Jim. I think with our church, we're looked at as
The outsiders.
the
now.
outsiders now. But go ahead.
The outside, always.
Yeah, I don't be there. Shout out to them though.
So obviously, I do an extensive amount of reading. So I'm reading on and off this book called Wild at Heart. It's a book.
Wild at heart.
Wild
like
at
I've heard
Heart.
of
It's a
it.
book for men to like really find desire and purpose in life. There's one line stuck out to me like big time. He literally says, men of the church are boring, but women of the church are tired.
Yup.
Wow.
Yup.
Wait, let me say that again in case they didn't hear you said men of the church are boring
Men of the church are boring.
and women of the
and
church
women
are
of the church
tired.
So in other words, like a church boy will be boring
And corny.
and corny. A church woman is just tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason
That's
I
very
brought this
true.
question is because of your mother. Because she's in the church all day,
Yeah.
every day, like it's a job, like it's a 9 to 5. I'm sure she's tired.
Yeah, she is very tired.
So, what do you guys think about something like that? I know what Curtis said. Yep.
I don't think all church boys are boring. But go ahead, Brunie.
You don't
That's
think our
because of your
church
friends.
No, I don't think all. No, I don't think all. No, not our church. Our church boys. We don't have no church boys. I'm talking about all church boys. I don't think all church boys are boring.
I think it goes down to how the church views women and how the church, the man is on the podium, but there's a woman behind him doing all the work. And so that's why they're tired. They're working and they're not getting the recognition that they need.
Sidebar. Did y'all see Irvin when she left service?
Yes, I did.
Hallelujah. Sorry, y'all. That was sidebar. Our church don't let.
Shout out.
Listen, our church only let women do worship team or scripture. We actually had a church, a woman. We had a woman lead service. That was
On
a
a
big
Sunday
monument on a
morning.
Sunday morning. That was very monumental for MOC.
Like-
But go ahead, Brunie. Sorry, I just had to.
Yeah, so like I said, when you're working that hard and you don't get the recognition, I think that tears you down. And women,
it gets
men
discouraging.
Are born, it does get discouraging. The men are born with the privilege and the right to do what they want.
Talk about it, girl.
They have more room to make mistakes in the church. Women, you do one thing wrong, the whole church is looking at you a whole different type of way.
For life.
Yes, and it's just the amount of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. The women just have less slack, and so that's why we're tired. We don't have the room,
have less room
to
for
be
error.
human. There's no room for error, and you are not getting recognized for all the work that you're putting behind them. Like I saw some TikTok the other day, and it was like, oh, if you're a pastor's wife, you know, Sunday by 2:00 you're tired because you're supporting your man all day. Yeah, he's tired too, but he's doing something completely different, and he's also getting the recognition and being able to do what he wants in front of people, and really, you know, if he's a man of God, he's able to love God and preach the gospel, you know, spread the love in a way that is more favored upon. So
I definitely agree with that quote that you stated, and I know a lot of, you know, men of God, and I think some of them are boring.
Why are you laughing?
But
Men of God.
I hear that out loud.
I get it. I trust me. I totally get it.
You know, the thing is, like, I'm a social media whore. I be on social media. And I read news, and I always feel like when they say men of God,
it's cringy.
The hypocritical shit I see. I'm like,
yes,
you're men of God, but you got another family. And guess what? You have a 13-year-old son, but then your 14-year-old son is also in the congregation with his single mother. And they come to church every day, and he's in front of your wife, and they say hello. And if the boys don't know that they're brothers at all,
it's very messy. It can be very messy. It's a lot of church mess. It's a lot of church mess. But you know,
hip hop in church, like,
No,
legit.
you really can.
And I think that a lot of that happens because, not the reason why that's happening. That's happening because people spend too much time in church and they don't develop who they are outside of it. So they make it a personality trait. So that's why it ends to be boring, because who wants to sit here and talk about, you know, biblical things 24/7? What is your favorite show? Like, what was your childhood like, you know? But sometimes they just can be so boring or so stuck because that's all they know. It's all they know, and I don't blame them. But then it's like people like us who still have an appreciation for, you know, our church and our religion and things that we grew up in. Because I truly believe that while we don't go to MOC heavy right now, I truly believe that, you know, we are who we are today because of things that we grew up listening to. Of course. You know, of course, a lot of toxic stuff. I am not going to say that some of the stuff wasn't toxic, especially stuff about women, about pants, about hair. That was toxic. Like, legit pants. We still can't wear pants to church.
He laughing like.
Well, you couldn't wear pants.
No, y'all can't.
No, you can't wear pants to
You
church.
can't wear pantalon at freaking church.
No.
Yes.
That is what?
Yes. So like I said, it's a lot of toxic stuff. But as
So
far
you
as
have
like,
to wear dresses.
yes,
Or skirts.
and that's
It
why.
can't be short.
Of course not.
Well,
you can try.
yeah. Especially like for me,
The
it was
biblical
so
context.
difficult
I wish
to go to
I
church.
wish I remember what book and chapter, but the biblical context that they refer to is women should not dress in man clothing.
Even if it's like extremely cold outside. And
Yeah.
You gotta wear stockings.
Wear stockings.
Wear leggings under your skirt.
Facts. With the boots
It'd be some
on.
points where we used to come from like school and wear uniform pants. You put a jean skirt on
Yup,
top,
right
of it,
on top.
just to walk into church.
But now these
Thursday
kids in the
night.
church wearing pants.
Yes, they do, and I
other day-
love that for them.
The other day I went to a party, I seen
It's so
pants. I
stupid.
said, hold on, what's going on?
It's so dumb. Why we can't wear
I don't
pants?
want to sound ignorant asking these questions. And the only reason I ask these questions is because my parents are Buddhists. So my Haitian parents were different from
Wow.
my Haitian parents.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wow.
They're very open, they're very free spirit, they're very, they let it, like, as long as we're not doing drugs and killing nobody or raping anybody, like, we're fine.
Yeah.
Like, we get to do what we do. So when I ask these questions, I'm like, wow, a lot of my friends lived in a very restrictive house. So the pants thing's really throwing me for a loop right now, so.
Yeah.
But.
Like I didn't wear my first pair of jeans till college.
So now you wildin', I ain't all of that.
My first. And I played basketball, so the only pants I had was sweatpants, uniform pants, but actual jeans.
Your brothers could do anything.
Oh, they was out here. My parents ain't know nothing, but they was out here. Some
Like I
boys.
said, there's a reason why God did not give me a brother, because I promise you, if I would have had a brother, you think the argument I do now, my parents would have been bad? Oh,
Listen.
best believe I'm not letting my brother live his best life while I'm struggling. You're not doing that.
to this day. But the thing is, with my family right now, the dynamic is changing where my brothers are realizing that I haven't been bugging when I said my parents been bugging.
Yeah.
Because now they see, especially with like we're getting older. You know, my brother's
And you
has
been
a fiance
outside.
now. Like,
You've been outside.
I've been outside, and my brothers don't go outside.
Yeah.
So
They
they look at me
boring.
like a heathen. But I'm
They
not
boring.
a heathen. You know, they are boring. But it's like they have their things.
Mm-hmm.
They play their video games. They work out. They have their girlfriends and fiancés. So, you know, like, they're not necessarily boring people, because when y'all get around them, y'all know they joke around. Like, they got personality.
They used to bully me.
No, they're younger.
They're younger?
They're younger.
They used to bully me.
They still bully me.
Strong.
Still do.
I love them, but
They
they used to
treated me
bully
They
me.
treated you nice.
Yeah, that's very nice of you, but me, bullied. Bullied.
So everybody's from a religious thing in their house, and obviously you guys are all women. Any pressure from the family to start looking for a life partner?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know about Bali. I got a phone call on January 1st. You know,
Oh, not her giving a date on January 1st.
January 1st. You know, it's the beginning of the year. I just woke up. I'm hungover. Whatever. Had a time last night. Entering the year. Feeling good. First phone call from my parents. Oh, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. You know, this year I hope you find your husband. Wait, I don't even have a boyfriend. Like, how are we gonna skip steps? I hope you find a
A
husband
lot can happen in 12 months.
who can
girl.
take care of you. And I'm like, wait. Like, don't you want me to do this? Don't you? He's like, yeah, but a husband. And I'm like, we gotta.
I always find
we
it
gotta get
weird
there
with
first.
like households, especially like the Black experience and the Caribbean experience and obviously the Asian
Caribbean.
experience where
Caribbean.
I don't care. I always find it funny that how they restrict the women so much in those like from the year y'all hit puberty up until like you're 30. How they restrict y'all, how they look after y'all, how the security is like so maximum, and how the room for error is so small.
Yeah.
And then once y'all hit like that 27, 28, 28, 29, they're trying to like marry you off to somebody. I'm like, this is the weirdest shit ever. Because I'm like,
You didn't let me go out.
Yeah.
Like,
There's no room to live.
right.
Because when Haitian, well, not Haitian, just strict parents, Caribbean parents, it's you grew up under me, now I gotta pass you on so someone can take care of you. That's their whole mentality about it. You, as a woman, cannot take care of yourself. That's what they think. And so they're like, you living by, like me, I moved out of my parents' house, I have an apartment, I live with my friends. My parents are like freaking out, like, oh my god, you live by yourself, how you gonna take care of yourself? Like, I'm a grown woman, I make money, I can take care of myself,
Exactly.
and yes, a man would be nice, but I don't need that to be sustainable and to grow as myself.
I also feel like that's a problem with society nowadays because women, y'all can do more. I think about 40 years ago or 50 years ago, y'all couldn't vote.
yeah.
Y'all weren't allowed to have credit cards. You couldn't go on. You couldn't get a loan.
Like this.
You couldn't get a loan in the bank without a man being next to you.
It's the reason why I wasn't born in that era.
The workforce
I would've
was not-
died quick.
The workforce was not made for women. You know, so I feel like there's two things that's going on. Like more women are able to do, and society's not adjusting fast enough. That's why we come up with all these problems and these scenarios, and when we talk what we talk. But another adverse thing is, I feel like women, the more power y'all getting, the more y'all starting to sound like men.
I mean,
That's why I say like the masculine thing is really kind of throwing me off. Like take me out of my masculinity so I can be in my feminine. I'm like, well, you're a woman, you're born feminine.
I think it's interesting how you phrase that. The more power we get, the more we
The
start
more
to
you
sound
start
like
acting
men.
like men.
Because it's like at the same time, who has been in power? Who have we been watching?
Men.
Watching men.
Right.
And so,
You're only doing it as you
Exactly.
Do as I see. Don't do as I. Like, I forgot what they fucking tell me. Like, say.
Do as I say, not as
Do as I say.
Yeah.
That's my dad's favorite.
Right.
so it's like I get it, you know.
Right.
But some women are just strong. Like there's nothing
I
we can.
agree.
Yeah. But I feel like some girls they power trip so hard. Like, I make more money than this nigga. Blah blah blah. This and that. And say that. I'm like.
That's the unhappy. That's the
what I'm
unhappy
saying,
one.
like, you're not gonna attract a gentleman if you're gonna if you're what's my man's name? If you're like texting somebody.
And that goes for the same ladies as well. Like, not knocking no ladies down because, you know, people say empower each other. But sometimes y'all be doing too much. Like, oh, I need my man to pay my bill. Or not even your man. I first of all, I just met you. We went on probably 2 dates. Talking about I need to pay your bills. Yo, slow down. I don't even know your last name. What you doing?
I feel like this is a relatively new concept and ideology that's been adopted.
And I don't know where they got it from. I don't know where they got it from, yo.
It's relatively new because this is.
But even the first podcast that we went
City
on,
Girls. That's where it came from.
not even.
Not
even
Before the City Girls.
because we went on Jean's podcast.
we was
If you
talking
don't
about
say
this
we
a little
were, we
bit.
talked about this a little bit. And we still was on the same type of time. Like, yo, I don't know where these ladies got this, but y'all need to stop because
Yeah,
this
we was
is
talking about 50-50.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, I'll pay. Yeah, but these girls talk about some. You need to do this. You know, yo, it's a balance to life. Like, now you asking for a man for too much, and then when he gets scared and he run away, you wondering why, girl. Like it's some things for men to do, which is always gonna be nice. But if you like demanding it, like if you don't do it,
that's OD. That's OD. I can't demand anybody.
Like the multiple podcasts that I've seen when the girls like, oh, he gotta, if we're not together, he still gotta do this. What?
I mean, I just want to know what world they're living in that this is their reality.
The social media.
It's like, wow, that's
social media.
for you.
Social media, traumatic experiences from childhood, because a lot of us are not over our childhood trauma.
Yeah, for sure.
None of us
So
are.
and I find like a lot of women who demand those things from a man, something's missing. Or something happened back then. I don't know what it is. I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, but I want one of those people to come on this podcast and explain to me, does that really make you happy?
And that's the funny part.
You'll find out.
I know women who
that they can
don't
provide.
pay a single bill in the world with their man.
And they're still not happy.
They're still not happy. I'm like, isn't this what you asked for?
You're like,
is it be careful what you ask for, or which one is it?
Everybody's got to heal.
Everybody got it.
no, seriously.
Like, really have to heal. Because even with the whole thing about you got to pay my bills, like, you know, what is your money story? Why do you feel like I have to pay your bills? Who didn't pay the bills?
Yeah, like, what's your budget?
Why do you feel like I got to? You know?
And who was paying your bills before you met me? What's up with the Like, how was you sustaining and living
Yeah,
before?
like, I'm so confused.
How am I supposed to pay my rent and your rent?
Like, make that make
Doesn't
sense.
I just met you.
Make that make sense.
Absolutely.
I got a prepaid phone, like, you wild girl.
You have no car when I met you, but you want me to buy you a new car.
Buy your car.
Right.
What?
What's up, car?
So that means when we break up, I get to take the car back. Because if I get to take the car back,
I'm
then
taking the car.
Exactly.
I can't, yo. Well, this was very, very fun. I'm very glad. Oh, Najee, can you do me a favor? I got a surprise. Can you go get Flayo?
I knew it.
You know I got to.
Make it
So
loud.
I.
Alright, then make it
About to be
right.
loud.
He lost. Go on.
So I wanted to, you know me, I'm very big on appreciation and, you know, giving y'all flowers while y'all alive. I really appreciate you guys for accepting the invitation because it was so last minute. Because, you know, don't want to call nobody out, but we got some last minute people here. So I wanted to get, you guys could pick out what color y'all want. I bought 3 different colors. No, they could just pick what color they want. Man, there's only 3 colors. Pick the yellow one. I know you was. But you're so annoying.
And these are my favorite flowers.
Really, that's my favorite flowers. High five, air. But no, this is really just a little small token of appreciation for coming on the pod so late, but having a great time. You know, I love you ladies very much. You guys are doing your thing. If you guys haven't already seen, but I've been doing my women's history, and all 3 of these ladies had their little shine. I'm still, well, how many days were we? We're 27 days in. Whew. 3 more to go. Yo, it's been a very stressful journey with this thing. Oh, it's 31st, so I got 4 more days. Okay. But yeah, just want to, you know, give you ladies y'all flowers. Y'all really doing y'all thing out here. I see a lot of growth in y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Keep it going. I can't wait till y'all get married. I'm in a wedding like.
Listen.
But
We're gonna wait a while, but
listen, it's okay. When the time come, that's mean it was the right time. We ain't rushing nothing.
Like I said, anything.
But we've been through life for a while. Well, I want to say a while. 2016 it's been a quiet minute.
That's been a little minute.
We're about to hit 10 years. So. But you know, with you 2 ladies, basically grew up together. We had our span where it was like it wasn't no bad blood, but life happened.
Yeah.
Right.
But we reconnected. Adulthood brought us back together. Even though, you know, we're going to hang out. And 6 months later, we still ain't hang out. But it's okay. That's how it go. That's how it go. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, just keep pushing. You know, life is going life, but you just got to fight it and keep going. And I really did have fun with you guys on this pod.
Definitely,
So
100%.
thank you for opening up your platform.
Of course.
And I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, girl.
Like,
I don't run this show. That right there. That's the
you're literally a
That's why women are
producer.
tired.
You're literally a producer.
Girl, I'm trying out here. It's not easy, yo.
job number 4 over here.
Oh my God.
Unpaid.
Yo, it's crazy because I told somebody, I was like, yeah, I got another job. They was like, you have 2 jobs plus the pot. You went to go pick up another job. I was just like,
You picked up another job?
no, I'm talking about.
We gotta have a conversation.
No, this was the 2 jobs. But before I told the person I got a 3rd job, they were like, yo, you have 2 jobs plus a pot, and you went to go pick up another job, which makes it 3 jobs. So I'm like, yeah. But you know, it's all working out. I'm gonna have a time where I'll slow down, but right now this is my this is my go time. So my plan is to make money, spend it on trips, and make it again.
Period.
Money will return.
Listen,
As you should.
the money will come back. Memories last forever. So.
Shout out to
But
you.
yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed you ladies very much. You guys have any last minute quotes, last minute sayings before we end this? Brunie, you're gonna have to think of something. We're gonna say some last minute words. Cause you be trying to be quiet. You be having some gems under your belt. I'm waiting. Brunie be having some gems.
Alright, so give us a gem and then give us something the young girls can use.
Young girl.
There we
Give
go.
somebody younger.
What would you tell your
What would
younger
you tell
self?
your younger self?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Set it off like that. Start off. Who wanna go first?
Arianni.
Arianni, go first.
Wow. What would I tell my younger
What would you tell your
self?
younger self?
Okay, I'm 27. What would I tell?
Your 21-year-old self.
21.
I wouldn't tell 21. I'll say younger than that, like 16.
But I think 21 was like a good age.
If you feel like that's a good age for you, then
Yeah, 'cause I feel like there's different things I would tell myself at different stages. At 21, I would tell myself to have a bit more fun because I was very busy in college, doing a lot of things.
You was RA, right?
I was RA, president, HSA. Like I have no regrets, regrets of nothing. But I would tell myself to have a little bit more fun, let loose a little bit. Of course, like I don't have to wait till later on to be outside. You know, do it now. So that's definitely something I would tell myself at 21 to just go outside a little bit more.
I think I would tell my younger self to not be afraid of who I am. There was a lot of people telling me I need to be this, I need to be that, and I'm like, you know, that sounds nice, but that doesn't sound like Brunie. Like Brunie would never wear that. Brunie would never do that, and I shouldn't be afraid to just be like, yeah, that sounds nice, but that's not what I want to do. And so once I learned to just be myself and do what Brunie wants to do what Brunie, you know, what she embodies, I was happier. And so if I was happy earlier, it would have been better.
I would tell my younger self, and we talking like early 20s.
Whatever you feel like you need to tell your younger self. If it's the teens, if it's the early 20s.
I think maybe early 20s. I would tell my younger self, just take your time. It's not a race, it's a marathon. You know, take your time, pace yourself. You'll achieve what you're meant to achieve in due time.
That's good.
I would tell my younger self, and this is just me as in a whole, like it doesn't even matter the age. I have a tendency to like hold back because I think whatever I have to say isn't important or isn't good enough. So I would tell my younger self to just speak. You have a lot of, not saying wisdom because I'm still growing, but you have a lot to say. You've seen a lot, you've heard a lot. So you have something that's going to help somebody else, so just say it.
Now look at you, having a whole podcast.
Okay.
Like, this is amazing.
Stop it. But Jean, any last words? Because you did butt in a lot this, you know, even though it was a girls edition.
It was girls plus jeans.
What do I tell myself at 21? That's just a long time ago.
I didn't want to say it, but
19 years ago.
jeez. God damn.
I would just tell myself, just don't be afraid to show people who you are. So I think at 21, for a guy, a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's a lot, like you got to get money fast. You got to have a bunch of girls under your belt. You're supposed to do things, or you're supposed to be a third year in college, supposed to figure out life at that point. You're supposed to, like, there's a lot of bullshit that came at 21. Because 21, I had a mix of like friends who were doing things here and doing things there. Good things, bad things, none of my business. But I was trying to find I was lost. I was trying to figure out things, but then once I figured things out, I was like, all right. But then the one bad thing I did, I suppressed it a lot. I wouldn't say shy, but I wasn't social. I didn't get social until I started working with people. When I started working with people, then things started like clicking. I'm like, all right, I am the social person that I am now. So I would say at 21, don't be afraid to show yourself exactly who you are to people. That's it. If you like the color red and everybody's wearing blue, wear red. That's your fucking business. That's don't let nobody tell you, oh, do this because this is trendy. Fuck them. Do your thing. This is what you like, you do your thing. That's it.
That's good.
Well, this is Hypothetically Pod. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. Thank you.